Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Wild Preacher's Kid. And of course, because it's a new month, we got a new topic and we are talking about strong friends all month long. This may even go into August because of course, if you listened to last week, I have written a book. It will be available in August, and you guys, I've worked on this book really hard and I hope it just blesses people. And so I want to bring up topics each week regarding strongest friends, and technically it's just chapters in the book, and just to give you a little sneak preview. And I'm ready to just dive in. Who's ready? Who was like, man, I can't wait to listen? Now of course, if you were waiting Monday for the episode, I just want you to know that now we've moved the episodes to Sunday at 7 a.m. Aren't you just glad that Alicia be thinking about you? You're like, gosh, I don't want to wait till Monday. I need it for Sunday. Well, we will be starting all of these episodes Sunday, 7 a.m. So you can get a jump start to your day. I don't know if you go to church or if you just need something to start your week positive on a better note. This is the podcast for you. Here we encourage, we share, we love on each other, and we do a little calling out, but it's just so that we can be better, because here we believe that iron sharpens iron, and I don't mind being your iron friend. So let's do this. The topic for today is caring too much. Now, to all of my strong friends, you may say, oh my goodness, she's gonna hit me in the chest with this. You're absolutely right, because I also got hit in the chest with the with this idea of caring too much. A lot of times we like to use the term that we are empaths. We are people who feel other people's pains. We have a tendency to take on other people's burdens. We are the fixers. We are the most reliable ones. We are the ones that that you really just, if you're in a bind, you call this person, because we're talking about strong friends, right? But if you are the strong friend, I'm gonna get to the ones that aren't the strong friend who may be listening, but I'm gonna talk to the strong friend first. You may be caring too much. I know that sounds crazy, and you're like, Alicia, I can't help it, because when they tell me that they got such and such going on, they're doing this, my heart breaks for them, and it just toils on my brain, and I'm trying to help them find ways of dealing with it, and I just can't. I don't want them to feel like I don't care. And you know what? All of that sounds very, very good. But what I've learned is that caring too much has such a strong impact on my life. I'm just going to share my story. So for me, I was the friend that, and I say was, because I'm still in recovery, as I like to say, but I was the one where if my friend is mad at you, I'm mad at you. If this person did you wrong, I don't like them. If someone was to, a situation was to not go in our favor, and somebody was acting up, guess what? You ain't gotta worry about me. We not friends no more. You ain't gotta worry about that at all, cause we don't do that. Nope, we don't do that. And in our journey to not do that, guess what happens? That person rekindles their relationship with that other person, and they're like, oh, I love them again. And don't we get mad? I say that because we be like, bro, I'm over here fuming over and over. And like, because every time you tell me something about this person, I'm like, oh, I can't stand them. Like, I almost covet their feelings. I do. I'm sorry to stutter a little bit, but like, I think about how strong my feelings were about other people's situations. Like, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it was about somebody that they were dating, if it was a work-related situation, it could be a friend situation, it could just be somebody being set up for the okie doke, like in a work environment, or just in life, like they were set up for the okie doke. Like, the way that those people feel sabotage, I think I would feel it maybe about 5 times harder And I'd be mad, right? I mean, like, I know you've done it too. You're like, oh no. Like, for my baby sister, I love her. There's people in her life that when they hurt her, they still stay on the list of, I don't mess with them. And when I see them, it's on sight. My older sister has some people on that list as well for me. I don't like to name names because that ain't my bit. You know, we don't gossip around here. But at the same time, both of my siblings, they done moved on. They fine. They're not even worried about these people no more. But for me, it's like, oh no, I'm not. Nope. I'm mad about it. I'm still mad about it. She said she was your friend and she's not your friend no more. And I know my sister. My sister is great. Like, there's no reason. But the Lord had to convict me. He was like, why are you upset that I've pruned that person off your sibling's life? Oh, I was fuming with the Lord, if I'm honest with you. I was like, well, why bring them in? You know, why bring that person into my sibling's life? And if all they were going to do was hurt them. And then he was like, first of all, your sister has free choice. She has free will. The relationship, whatever it was what it was. But the moment that it started to hurt, the conflict happened so that it could end. And, you know, I'm the big sis that wants to protect all chickies, like all of the ones that I love and care about. I want to protect them, right? Y'all, let me tell you something. He be, look, I don't know about you, but he be knocking me upside my head. He was like, so you know better than me. I'm like, no, that's not the case. It's not that I don't know better than you. He was like, what if the season that they were in together helped her through a tough time, but now that season is over and they don't mesh anymore. So I have to end that relationship. And when I thought about it, I've shared with y'all how a really close friend, I thought she was my best friend. I loved her so much. Like, I was the godmom to her child. And it was like night and day, like a switch went off. She just did not deal with me no more. And I thought I did something. I was trying to apologize. I was like, if I did something, you know, trying to, I guess, quote unquote, make the relationship work or make the friendship work. And I like, if I look back at it, I was begging for her to still be friends with me. But the truth was that she didn't need to be in my life no more. I didn't need her in my life anymore. We had hit a point where I think the Lord had turned her heart away from me. But because I'm so, I don't want to say needy, because I'm not. I am a product of not really having long-term friendships. So this was the first time I had a friendship that lasted longer than 3 years. And it's just because of me being a military brat and having to move constantly all the time and that type of lifestyle. So it's like, this girl's been my friend for almost 10 years. Like, I need this to work. I've never had a friend that was been my friend this long. So I'm like, I gotta do whatever. I'm full on committed. Like, I don't care whether it's my husband, friends. Like, if I say that I'm your friend after the 3-year mark, if we're still friends, I'm full on committed to whatever we gotta do. We could have went to couples counseling, like just friends counseling. I don't even know if they do that, but I would have done that. But the truth was, our relationship and friendship had ran its course. And it's just because she was a taker and I was a giver. And in the season of her life, I was a blessing to her and to her child. I was sowing seeds of hope and light and peace and joy and encouragement, all the things that God had stored in me. But at the same time, she was just taking it. And I'm not going to say that I wasn't receiving anything, because I was receiving friendship. But it wasn't mutual. The weight that I was bearing for her, it wasn't mutual. I thought I was a co-parent to her and her child at the time. Like, if they needed something, I was getting it. I was like, oh, you need diapers, you need this, you need that. Let's get these wipes and let's do this. And I was doing quote unquote friend trips and taking all kids to the aquarium, because it's like, I wanted her to know that I supported her and I cared about her and I cared about how well she lived, right? But at the same time, I wasn't supposed to do all of that. I wasn't supposed to do all of that. Now, if I talk about me for a second, the strong friend, there's something broken inside of me that feels like my love is not enough. So I have to do all of these extra things to show somebody that I do love them. It's like, why can't me saying I love you be enough? Why can't me showing up for you in kind moments be enough? Why can't, when you're having a tough time, I just show up for you in my presence be enough? Why can't you having a tough day, I give you a hug be enough? And it's just because even though those are the basic things that I need from someone, I always would feel like it wasn't enough for somebody. And not to dismiss it, it's like, but I have been cheated on, I have been abandoned, I have been forgotten, I have all the things that reinforces what I used to do to maintain a relationship or friendship. And the Lord has been taking his time with delivering me from that, because it's not my responsibility to bear her weight. Now it's my responsibility to stand with her. I brought this up about Moses parting the Red Seas. His arms are up, they're raised, and he has Aaron helping him hold his arms up, right? But the weight was still Moses' weight. He didn't move Moses out the way and had his arms up in proxy of him. It's like, no, Moses, you stay doing what you're supposed to do, but I'm gonna come here so you can rest on me a little bit. And then when you get enough rest, you lift your arms up and you keep them up, because we can't have the Red Sea splashing and crushing everybody who's walking past. But at the same time, we need you to preserve your strength, because if you don't make it, all will be lost, because people are counting on you as well. Well, me, I wanted to be like, no, you don't have to bear this weight alone. You know what? You take some time off. I'll hold my arms up and stand in proxy for you so that you can rest, like your whole body can rest. And then while the way I see myself, if I'm honest, the way I see myself, where she was supposed to bear the weight, I put myself in her place, and she got comfortable not bearing the weight for certain things. Not saying that she wasn't a mom, not saying that she wasn't doing what she had to do as a woman, but like as my friend, I was doing all the work. She could have been terrible to me, and guess what? I would have accepted it. She could have been like, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to be worried about myself for a bit. And I go, I got you. Don't worry about it. I'll hold it. And guess what? Even for Moses, like, he wasn't left alone while he was doing that. See, and there was plenty of times I got left alone carrying somebody else's weight, and I'm just being crushed by it because I actually don't have the stamina to hold it. Can you believe that? How many times do we sign up for tasks and responsibilities that aren't ours, and we're not graced to do it, and then because we're trying to do it on behalf of someone else, we want God to honor it? Like, this is a sacrifice. He's like, this ain't your sacrifice. Why are you doing this? Here you are being crushed by the weight of this thing. You're supposed to stand with people. Come in, stand with them, help them out a little bit. I said, but I took it way too far. And then it's like, don't even, and that's just physically showing up for somebody. Emotionally, oh man, it was 10 times worse. Like, to have people in my life that were going through a really tough time, if they were, I couldn't sleep. I promise you, that's how bad I was. I could not sleep. Because in my mind, it's like, what if they're up crying? And it's like, I don't want to, if I'm be honest with you, I don't want to miss their call if they decide to call. Now, this person ain't never asked me to do that. That's number one. No one had asked me to do that. And I think that the older that I got, the more of I'm dedicating my whole entire life around the maybes situations. Maybe they'll call me. Maybe they'll pop up at the house in the middle of the night. Maybe they'll need me to pay their rent. And I know that sounds crazy. I have done that before. Shame on me. Don't judge me. We don't judge nobody around here. No judgment, okay? I have done that before. Like, just been in a place where my friend was going through a hard time, and I was like, if something was to pop off. Now, if you're a little younger than a millennial, that means if anything was like, if the situation was to change and you need a quick turnaround, I didn't mind. I wanted to be the ram in the bush. I wanted to be the one that you could say, hey, Alicia, I'm going through this tough time. I need help. And guess what? I go, I got you. Because why? I had prepared to have you. Even if it never manifested, even if nothing ever happened, I still was prepared to have you. And can I be honest? That's exhausting. It was exhausting. I'm preparing for, I don't know how many situations and scenarios, for situations that don't have anything to do with myself. And I know you might be judging me and say, Alicia, you're a little cuckoo, Cocoa Puffs, like, and you know what? That's fine. That's fine. But I think what I just want to encourage somebody who else is a strong friend. Yours might not be doing that for your friends. That might be doing it for your family. You might be the one that handles all the family drama. You're the voice of reason. You're the one that'll, two people are fighting, you show up, and then you're like, stop, everybody, stop fighting, blah, 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 blah. And it's more like, instead of removing yourself from it and be like, y'all figure it out. Because if those two people like to fight all the time, it don't matter what you say. For you, it makes you uncomfortable to see your family fighting like that. What you're unaware of is that they like the drama. Ooh, I know somebody listening was like, ouch. I felt it. You felt it. It's okay. Look, I'll get off of that. No, I won't. Let's say you're the one who, it's not even like siblings amongst yourself. Let's say it's the generation before you, right? The aunties and your mama going at it constantly. And then you're the kid, right? No matter how old you are, you're still the kid. Now the people above you, they grown-ups, they grown. Let's say I'm 40, right? That means these people are at least in their 60s and up. Why am I policing and refereeing their arguments and their conversations? Why am I involved? Why do I feel so inclined to get involved? And I know the desire comes from helping my mama out or helping my dad out, handle these people with their relatives and things like that. But the truth is that obviously they've been doing this their whole life, even before me. Why do I feel so inclined to help them fix that situation? Like, don't get me wrong. Of course, you can pray, and when you see it happening, guess what you can do? You can shut it down. But that means there's a bigger issue going on if this is all that they do every time that they get around somebody. And because you see it, it triggers you, it gets you upset, it makes you angry, and you just, first initial thing you want to do is fix it. But at the same time, it's not for you to fix. They grown. And I'm not saying that they can't listen to you or that they won't, because you don't have you don't have wisdom. It has nothing to do with that. That's an ego thing, to assume that if somebody doesn't listen to you, that they don't, that you don't have anything good to say. That's not true. You may have something good to say, but they might be so addicted to the chaos and the anger and the frustration and the throwing things in each other's face. They might just love doing that. And to you, it's crazy. You're like, no, why are we doing this? Don't do that. That's your sister. You love her. Don't do that. That's your uncle. That's your brother. Like, that's not for you to figure out. I think when I realized that I was holding myself accountable for conversations between other people, because it's like, I just want everybody to feel supported. And it's because I was not a kid who felt supported in the things that they were doing. Well, then that support turned into not having boundaries. I mean it. I didn't have boundaries for myself. And then I'm getting disappointed left and right, because I'm like, ain't nobody crossing their boundaries for me. Nobody's showing up for me like that. Nobody's talking to me like that. Nobody is like coming in and trying to help me like that. And when I realized that, I was like, oh, even if I'm upset about this situation, even though I feel like this could have turned out differently. The truth is that I don't have any boundaries. I lack them. So, of course, the Lord convicted me. And he was like, what boundaries we going to set? Now, if you've heard me talk about this, the most recent one where he just pulled me out of myself and was like, you need to cut 10 people off. And it's just because those people I felt responsible for. Do you know the Lord had to tell me? He's like, you're not responsible for that grown woman. You're not responsible for that grown man. You're not responsible for these adults. Like, and I know there might be somebody who's like, oh, you know, I take care of my mother. There's a difference between serving someone. Like, you can serve them, but even in serving them, you clock out, right? Like when the waiter is at your table, they are clocked in for your table. When they in the kitchen, they're not really thinking about us at the table. Like, they go, oh, let me go check on my table, because they forgot about us for just a brief moment. They clocked out, and they go back to your table to serve you again and say, hey, do you need anything? You need any refills, some water? You need some sauces, some napkins. And you're like, yeah, can I get this? Can I get this? Guess what they do? They go back there, they get what they need for us, and then they serve it to us. And they're like, all right, I'll check on you later. And once they leave that table, they don't just stand there and wait for you. Watch you eat your food, help you eat it, cut it up for you. They don't bring out other meals that you may want because this looks like a better option than what you ordered. No, they give you exactly what you asked for, and they go back. They go back in the kitchen. And I know sometimes we be fussing like, oh, where they at? They should be here by now. They should be trying to bring us something else, or like, I've been looking for it. But guess what? The truth is that they served us. And I think that's where the place that I'm at personally. I have, in the nicest way, overextended myself. Put myself in a position where the way I say it is, I'm trying to be God in someone's life, where I'm providing all of their needs, and I'm meeting their emotional needs, and I'm meeting their physical needs, and I'm meeting whatever the need is. I'm trying to meet it. And when the truth is that it should not be me, it should be the Lord. And it's like, well, God has put me in a place where they could use, that he could use me to provide for these people. And that is true. Very, very true. He did. He put you in a place where you can provide a service to them. But at the same time, if you got that one cousin that's always asking you for money, the next question should be, so how are we spending our money? Because I'm not trying to judge you, and I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but you're always coming to me for money. I'm not saying that you're irresponsible, but let's find out if you are. Come sit down with me. Let's talk about your finances. Because either you haven't learned the skills to budget, or you need some help with it. Because it's one of the two. Either you don't know, or you just need help with it. Which one is it? And if they get mad, like, you ain't gonna tell me what to do. You ain't gonna tell me how to spend my money, and da-da-da. It's like, oh, so now it's your money. But you're asking me for financial help. I had someone tell me that they didn't want to ask for help because somebody would kind of like use that help against them or whatever. And it's like, I would always tell somebody, have you ever helped that person? And they'd be like, well, yeah, I do it all the time. This lets you know if you were sowing into good ground. And I might be wrong for it. Alicia is saved and she is still walking in her deliverance. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying my best not to carry too much. But I want to include people into my situation. I want them to know what's going on with me. I want them to see me as a person and not as a resource all the time. So I'm going to tell you, hey, I need this. Is there any way you can help me? And if they say no, it's like, okay, cool. My thing has always been, it's not if I ask you for this one thing, can you help me? And you go, nah, man, I ain't got it, I just don't have it. That may be true. You don't have it, right? You don't have it. But then if I see you out there balling on the weekend, oh, you did have it, you just didn't want to give it to me. And guess what? I'm so good now where I don't even take that personal no more. See, I used to get mad and be like, I thought they cared about me. I thought they loved me, and I thought they, and I've been doing all of this and this and this and this and this for them, and it's like I never consulted the Lord on whether or not I should have done those things. I go, thank you, Lord, for revealing to me how I should be moving with this person, for showing me that they are not good for me, and they will use me, and they will take from me. Thank you for revealing that to me, because I was just giving all of my good stuff away, and I'm about to be on E, trying to get this person to full, and they just taking it, and I'm realizing they taking it from a couple of different people. I'm like, well, I won't be that cash cow no more. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I lacked a level of boundaries, and it's like the reason why I say it's like having a God complex. It's like I want to be the source of your joy. I want to be the source that you use for anything. I want you to be able to come to me. I don't know if it's an ego thing, because I don't want to be God. I will say that. Lord, forgive me for even thinking that I could bear the weight of any of your sons and daughters. But in my journey of wanting acceptance and love and appreciation, I was projecting that out onto other people, to where, if I ever, it's me sowing good seeds, hoping that I reap that harvest. Well, if now I'm in a place where if the Lord doesn't tell me to, I don't do it. I don't care what your sob story is. And I don't mean sob story meaning it like, oh, it's not real. I mean, like, I don't, like, there's some things that people have to go through. There's some moments where God is trying to prove to you how good of a God he is, and he don't need me to do it. He don't need me to save you through that. He can help you. He wants to show up for you as well. Like, he wants to be your source, your resource, your advocate. He wants to show up for you. And I kept getting in the way. I sure did. They'd be like, man, Alicia's so reliable. She's so this. I was like, I took it as I'm still in God's praises. I sure was. I didn't even know I was doing that. Yep. And here I am taking on these people's burdens, their concerns, their fears, their responsibilities, and I'm trying to show up for them, and I am being crushed by the responsibility of those people. That's why he told me, he was like, let's go through this list. Let's cut these 10 people off. And when I cut them off, only 2 of them was like, I understand. I have been selfish. I have been taken from you, and it has impacted even how I view you as a person. And I was so thankful to those 2 people. But the other 8, they were furious. They were angry. Some of them cussed me out, and they was like, I didn't like you anyway. And you're like, oh, how you not like me anyway? And you took stuff from me. Time, energy, sleep. And I was like, I need boundaries. I need to create them, not just for myself, but for my family as well. Like, I need to have better boundaries so that the way I'm doing things doesn't impact my kids. I can't be going 100 miles an hour for everybody else, and then I leave my kids with nothing because I'm tired, I'm exhausted. I'm like, I can't do this. I don't have it. And sometimes maybe you are a person where you are carrying too much alone because you've been disappointed. Yeah, you've been disappointed over and over. You were like, I'm gonna reach out to this person. This person talks bad about you. Put your business out there in the streets. I'm gonna reach out to this person. This person says they got you, and they actually don't. So they drop you. And so you're scrambling, trying to put things together. I've been there. Yeah. You're talking to someone who has like a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like, just in case somebody doesn't do what they say they're gonna do. But what I've learned to do, instead of just going, I'm gonna carry it by myself, because ain't none of y'all you're not gonna do what I ask you to do. I still try different people. I sure do. Maybe the thing that I ask that person to do is not for them to do. So they'll be like, Alicia, I'll help you with anything that you want right now. I'll help you with whatever you want. And I go, okay, so what do you want to do? That's how I that's how I say that. I'm like, okay, so what do you want to do? I don't know, just tell me what you want to do. What do you want to do? So here's an example. On my team, everybody gives 100%. This is how I base it, right? Somebody else's policy is that everybody has to give 100% according to me, like whatever my 100% is as a person. I don't believe in doing that because my life is set up the way that it is, just like everybody else's life is set up the way that it is. And everybody has a different group of skill sets, right, on my media team. So what I've asked everybody on my team to do is give me 100% of what they can do. So for someone, she can only give one Sunday a month. One Sunday a month to be on the team, and it's just because she normally works Sundays anyway. So I've asked her, if you're going to be on the team, if this is the role that you're going to sign up to do, I ask that you show up early. I ask that you get everything together, you put it on there, so then that's one less thing that we have to do, and then you're the one who closes out for the evening and make sure everything's put away. Guess what she does? Exactly that. And when she's there, I know it's going to get done. That's 100% for me. No, I don't need her to show up every Sunday like I do. I'm in charge. I'm the leader. So it's expected of me to be there every Sunday, right? But for her, she is committed to the one Sunday. And guess what? She's as happy as a clam. Sure is. Because my expectation of her is set within what she can do. That's it. I'm not asking her like, oh, well, can you be here on these days and stuff like that? And when she's like, no, I can't do it, I'm getting frustrated, right? I'm getting mad. Every time I ask her to do something, she can't do it, and da-da-da. We have already set the boundary. Hey, Alicia, I can only do one Sunday a month. And because I honor the one Sunday a month for her, guess what? She's happy. Guess what? She's giving relief to somebody who may do it more out the month. Because the other option would be, oh, well, if you can only do one Sunday, then I can't use you. That's a lie. Now I got two people doing it 2 Sundays a month. Like they're rotating every Sunday. Now, if you do ministry, if you know anything about ministry, having to be there 52 Sundays out the year, as much as I love Jesus, as much as I love the Lord, as much as I love praise and worship, I would like to go on a family trip. I would like for you to go on a family trip. You should never, in my opinion, there's a growing season of ministry. Now, let me preface it this. There's always a growing season of ministry. But once you get to a point, I don't care if it's the big ministry or if it's just like how I have a ministry over media, right? Even then, I make space for my people to be people. I don't require anybody to be there every Sunday. It shouldn't be. If right now, if your team, I'm gonna challenge you, if you are a leader, and this is just something extra for you, okay? Because you carrying too much weight, you feel like, okay, I gotta be there every Sunday. So should everybody else be there every Sunday. Watch your team shrink. Watch the people that are there to just hold your arms up leave. Because that's not healthy. That's not healthy. I don't care if you're a minister, a pastor, if you are over a team, I don't care if it's a business, whatever that is. If your expectation is for that person to carry the load of what you carry, you're out of order. Your mission is not their mission. Their job is to support you. And if you don't get into alignment of what support really looks like to you, I don't care if if that person's support is, hey, Alicia, I'm going to come sweep up and clean up the media area once a month so y'all don't have to do it. Guess what I'm going to say? Thank you. That helps me. That's support to me. Do it once a month. And because that's the thing that they wanted to do, guess what? I don't ever have to remind them. I just come in and it's clean. I'm so thankful. I'll be like, oh, thank you, Lord. But it's the same thing with everything else that we're doing. You have to do that with the people that you are in close relationship with and intimate spaces with. It's like taking inventory of the people that you're carrying. You should not be in a space where if you're not there for them, then they don't have anybody. That's not a good system. It's all on you. Now, if it's an ego boost to you, like it was to me, I'm going to challenge you. You need to enlarge your territory. You're like, God, I just need more time. He's like, everybody got the same 24 hours. And for some people, they get more done. You want to know why? They created a team. Instead of trying to rely on what I can do and how I can do it and when I can do it, guess what they do? They've reached out, found like-minded people to help take care. If you're a caregiver, even for you. Yeah, even for you. I know you was like, you thought you was going to get out here scot-free. Dog, at least you called out caregivers. Yes, you too. You need to go on vacation. You need to go on a break. I know that you are taking care of these kids. I know that you are taking time to open up your life to other family members, even in that. Now, you may have to plan it out. Even if it's like, hey, I'm going to go on vacation for a week. Is anybody in the family willing to watch this family member so that we can go on vacation? And if nobody says, nah, I can't do that, I can't do that, you're like, okay, bet. And then you go ahead, you get you one of those aides and see if they'll come and check on your parent for a whole week and all this kind of stuff. Like, there's programs that do all of these things, right? I just need it for a week. We're going on vacation and I just don't want my loved one to be left alone just in case, right? But you still need to go get rest. You need support some kind of way. You need somebody standing in the gap for you some way. Yeah, you do. You need that break. So then you can go again. And then you can go again. You can go again. I will no longer bear the weight of all of these different situations and not look for help. Now for me, and I say this in my book, I started to pray for two things, right? First thing, I prayed for God to enlarge my community. Help me find like-minded people like myself. Because it's hard. It's hard to find people that just will go a little above and beyond for support, right? They're not just there to help you do the thing. They really are trying to support you do the thing. And sometimes it's just, hey, give this task to me and I'll take care of it. Give us the courage to release it. And it's not going to be perfect. Let's go ahead and throw that out there to my perfectionists out there. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll be done. It'll be done to the best of that person's ability, and not saying that you can't check in on them, but let them figure it out. Let them figure it out. And then if they say, hey, what do you think of this? Give them actual feedback. That's a pet peeve of mine. You ask somebody to do a task, and then when they're asking for feedback, you don't want to hurt their feelings, but you can't stand it. We got to work on that. We got to do better, because it's not, if somebody's like, I'm asking for feedback, and you're like, oh man, oh, okay, all right, I see what you've done. Okay, that's not feedback. And the way you said it sounded like you didn't like it either. But give them the task and be like, hey, I'm really particular about the things that I like. Guess what you need to do? You need to communicate it. And then you're like, hey, remember when I said that I liked it this way? I know you gave it your best, and I appreciate it. I see where you're going with this, but would it be okay if I do it like this? I know it's not really your style, but it really is my style. Or this is how I normally do it. I can't expect you to be exactly like me, but this is how I would like for you to do it. Guess what most people will do? Okay. You want to know why? It's not mine. It's not mine. I'm bearing the weight of something, but not your responsibilities. So no, I'm not going to do it the way that you're going to do it, but I can support you in doing it. And number two, I had to learn how to communicate what I needed to the loved ones in my life. I think a lot of times we are poor communicators, but we have grand expectations. Let me tell you this. When you tell somebody, let's use something real simple. You're dating someone. You're getting to know them, right? And you tell them, I love gifts. That's a very general thing, right? And that person says, oh, okay. Let me go get her a Birkin bag. Let her get some Coach or some Gucci. And every time they get you a gift, it's something like that, right? But then you think about it and you're like, I don't like these types of persons. I don't even carry a purse. Like, I personally don't carry a purse. why do they keep getting me a purse? And then you ask them like, hey, why, like, thank you for this beautiful gift, but why do you always get me a purse? And it's like, well, I saw that you didn't have them, and I figured you would like them, and so I got you one, and you loved it so much, I just kept getting it. And it's like, okay, but what else about me do you know about me? Well, I just figured you would like this. It's like, okay, so we need to have conversations around the things that I like. So I don't need a name brand purse. What I would love is a JanSport book bag with patches on it. Like if you got me a bunch of random patches, so then I can stitch them on with pins and stuff like that. And it's like, that's what you want? Yeah, that's what I like. Still a bag. But if you would have looked in her closet, right, and saw that she has like multicolored book bags, and some got patterns on them, some are like just plain solid colors, and she's a project girly, so she likes to sew things on and iron things on, and like just crafting. She loves doing that. That would mean way more to her than buying her the most expensive bag that you could purchase. But at the same time, what did she say? I like gifts. We have to do better with communicating what we need. We have to do better with setting the tone for what we want, how we want to be supported. I'm guilty of it. I didn't realize that what I was doing was showing people. I'm thinking me showing you how I show up for you, you'll go, man, Alicia shows up for me in this way. I need to show up for her in that way. And the truth was that they lacked the capacity to do that. It's not even a part of their wheelhouse. So they're looking at me like, man, she's doing a lot for me. This is pretty cool. I've never had nobody do all these great things for me. This is nice. Or they didn't even think nothing of it, because why? It's not even something that they would want for themselves. They're like, oh, okay. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. And then that was it. How many times are we not communicating that we need help and that we need support? We're breadcrumbing people. We're dropping notes everywhere. We are doing doves in the sky and smoke signals, but we're not just going, hey, this is how I like to feel supported. And they're like, oh, I didn't know that about you. Yes. Like, good example. And I don't think you would mind me sharing this. The other day, me and him were talking about ways to care for each other and stuff like that. So we were talking about how before my gallbladder was removed, I used to get just sick to my stomach. And I'd have like these episodes where I would just be upchucking or whatever. I'm sorry, I don't know another polite way of saying it, but I was having these moments, and then, he was thinking that I wanted privacy, so I would be in the bathroom, and then he would just kind of close the door to give me privacy. And I don't think I had ever been sick like that, because when he gets sick like that, he wants the privacy, so he's thinking along what he would want. But for me in that moment, that's not what I want. I want you to sit next to me. I want you to sit next to me on the tub. I want you rubbing my back. I want you bringing me water. I want you to help me wash my face. And I want to be like that type of cared for in those moments. Because it's, first of all, outside of me hating it. Second of all, it's rare that I was doing it. Up until me finding out that I had gallstones, I didn't know that's what was causing that. So it's like I'm having this terrible pain and I'm feeling like this, and and then the day after, I'm completely sore from head to toe, like my neck, my ears, like I could feel it all in my body. And it's like you felt like you just were like closing the door on me. And he was like, oh, I didn't know that. I said, yeah, I would like if I was doing that, I would love it if you would have warmed up a blanket for me and then kept it in the dryer and then sit with me while I'm doing that. I said, even if it's not right by me, because I know some people are really squeamish and stuff like that. It's like, but like just not even checking on me, like going, are you okay? Do you want me to bring you anything? It's like, I'm right here by the door. I just want you to know that I'm here with you. I just want to give you some space or something like that. And he was like, I didn't know that about you. And it's like, me and him been together almost, it'll be 14 years that we've been together. And he was like, I didn't know that. And I'm like, there's so many moments where I didn't feel supported, but I did not communicate what I needed. So then it just turned into me creating a routine of me just taking care of myself. I started locking the bathroom door because it's like, he ain't gonna come in here and check on me anyway. So at least if he tries to, then, because, I'm petty. I'm sorry. If you didn't know, this wild preacher's kid can get petty real quick. And, the Lord working on me. But I just know that caring too much is just not what God wants us to do. I say this all the time, and I think I brought it up last week, that, and maybe the whole thing about my book is really just about finding God, creating a space to talk to him, and finding community. I think my whole entire life has been just trying to find my community and see myself in them and let them know that I'm not by myself, and let you know that you're not by yourself. And I think that's where Strong Friend came from. So I encourage you, if you are the strong friend, open up, allow people in again, give people the opportunity to fail. Failure should not feel like the end of the world, because if it feels like the end of the world, then you already did the wrong thing by placing that into the wrong person's hand. It should have been God. God, I need you to manifest this. And I need you to walk me through this season of my life. I need your presence with me. I need you. I need you. I don't know what to do. I don't know which direction to go in. I don't know what decisions to make. And I don't know who I should do it with. All the things that needs to be number one. You need to consult him. See about him first. Number two, God, grant me the ability to see where I'm doing too much. I'm carrying too many people. And if you're like me, it is hard to release some folks. Yeah, it's hard. Somebody else to tell you, oh no, I don't worry about nobody. I said, that is a gift. You might want to get looked at for being just a tad bit selfish. You're like, well, I got to take care of me first. It's like, that's true, but I will say that having a servant's heart is important as well. But, that's just my little challenge to those people. But let somebody in, let somebody love on you, let somebody actually take care of you. Communicate what you need, communicate it. Don't imply it. Don't be sarcastic. Don't be like, well, if you got time. No, tell them, I need you to make time for me. I know it's hard for us to even demand things because the idea is that we don't want to seem needy, but you're in need. Because when people need something from us, guess what we do? Tell me what you need. What do you need? I'm here. It is almost the next thing that we say. What do you need? Tell me what you need. Because if I can't do it, I can find somebody who do it. And if I can't find somebody who do it, I'll find the information for the person who could do it. Let somebody love on you, take care of you, show up for you. And let God in as well. Let him be the resource. I know you may be somebody who's like, he don't move fast enough for me. I get it. But I'm learning, because I told you, I'm a recovering strong friend, okay? I'm learning that when I pace myself according to his will, and that's a hard thing to do, because you'll in the moment you'll say, yes, Lord, whatever you say, whatever you do, whatever you need from me. And then if you're like me, I can go into autopilot and I just start doing things because I'm like, I believe this is what God would have me to do. And it's like, I never stop to say, God, what should I do in this moment? Should I help this person right now? Should I be able to change my situation around for them or whatever the case may be, right? should I? And it's like, if I don't consider it, if I don't consider him and what he would want from me, I could miss the mark. And I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want it to crush me. I don't want the weight of all of these responsibilities and these people that I have taken into my bosom, as I like to say, as a part of my tribe, and I'm taking on things that are not for me to bear the weight of. I've been doing a lot better with just consulting the Lord first. Like, somebody would tell me something heavy, right? And I've learned to do this. I've learned to pray it off of me. Not to say, and I've shared this with a friend too, because she was telling me, because right now she's being a strong friend for somebody, and she was like, "Girl, were you doing this for me?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Oh my God, forgive me. Like, I am so sorry." I couldn't help but laugh. It made me laugh so much because she just was like, I should not have been doing it like this. Oh my goodness. And I laughed, and I said, you gotta let people walk their walk, you know? I said, but what I had to do to get through it because I would get so attached to what you're dealing with. I had to pray it off me. I said, I had to pray you off me, and I had to take breaks. And she was like, what? I was like, yeah, like, when I noticed a pattern of you doing something, and I was like, that's gonna make me upset. I said, you know what? I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna take a whole week off. And I was like, what she said? She was like, I didn't even know you weren't even talking to me. I said, exactly. I would go. And then I said, what I eventually said, don't talk to me about that person no more. I don't want to hear about them no more. We can talk about anything else you want to, but we can't talk about that person no more, because that person right there, they doing too much for me. It troubles me. And they were like, okay, right. I'm like, yeah, I do remember you telling me that, Alicia. I said, yeah, because I was getting so entangled in the emotional part of it. And I was like, it was becoming a burden, excuse me. It was becoming a burden. And I was like, I can't do that, because I'm walking in my own house angry on behalf of you. Like, and it's like, my kids ain't do nothing. My husband didn't do anything. I was like, so I got to do better. So I want to encourage all of my strong friends. And for my non-strong friends, right, I want to address you as well, real briefly, because this is about strong friends, right? To my non-strong friends who you have someone in your life that you're very heavily relying on, and you lean on them for a lot of emotional and mental and physical support. Like, for you, I'm glad that you have found you a strong friend, but I want to encourage you to do better by them. You need to call them more. You need to check on them more. You need to think of them. I don't care if you have to put it on your calendar of just like, you know what, let me go check on this person. You know what, let me call this person. You know what, let me go ahead and get some flowers for this person. And just let them know that I appreciate them. I love them. I'm so happy that you chose me to be my friend. I am heavy. Really think about it. If you're someone who is in a chaotic situation, and you're calling on this person to be your anchor and to support you in that and stuff like that, let them know how much you love them. Let them know how much you appreciate them. Let them know and feel it. Not just a thank you. Like, we appreciate a thank you. I'm just going to say that. I do appreciate a thank you. But, like, something that my friend does, and I love her for it. Like, there's just random moments where, like, on Facebook, she'll just do like a complete shout out of me, and I don't even know it until I finally check it, and she'll be like, to my bestie Alicia, who handles all of my crash outs, I appreciate you. I'm so thankful to have you a part of my life. I don't know what I would do in those moments, and I'm so blessed that you say yes to being my friend. Like, just random those types of things. And I'm like, thank you for that. Because it reminds me that the seeds that I am sowing aren't just because, or they're not being appreciated. And like randomly, she'll do really nice things for me. And like even right now, I'll shout you out, Destiny. Thank you, Destiny. Thank you, Destiny, for not just making me the strong friend in our friendship. Like, I am the strong friend, but you don't ever put me in a space where if I'm not there for you, then it's me letting you down. You don't ever guilt trip me into being me. You allow me to be me, and if I can't show up for you, like my intentions aren't bad. I'm not trying to hurt you, and that I appreciate you for that. And sometimes I want to say this as well. There's moments where she's strong for me, where I've lost it and I can't gather my thoughts. I can't say the right thing. I can't do the right thing. And she'll talk me off the ledge, and I'll be like, I want to crash out, And I'll say that, but she'll walk me off that cliff so I don't just destroy the world. She'll be like, nah, you don't want to do that now. Like, I'll be like, I do want to do it. She'll be like, no, you don't want to do that. And I think that's a good balance when it comes to friendship. Like, she genuinely calls to check on me. She genuinely reaches out to me, even when moments where I don't think anybody even notices. And I've done this before. I suggest this to anybody, strong, not strong, somewhere in between. But if you're a strong friend, I challenge you this week. If you want to know people who genuinely care about you, if there's someone on your roster that you almost feel like you call them and talk to them every day, and it may be hard to do this. It was hard for me to do this. I went no contact, not to say that I'm not talking to them ever again, but like I wanted to see how long it would take for that person to call me back. And because I'm me, I put it on the calendar. I was like, day 1. And I waited. I sure did. I waited. And for one person in particular, it took them about a month and a half. Now, I'm used to talking to them every day because I would call and I would check on them, and I was like, okay, this is very telling. It's like this was the start of realizing, okay, I don't have anybody to really just check on me like that. Like, there's some people where if I don't talk to them for 2 days, they be like, where you at? Like, what you doing? I ain't talked to you in a couple of days. But certain people, it was like a whole month and a half went by, and then they were like, it was just a text, like, hey, I'm just checking on you, good? And I was like, yeah. They're like, okay. And then that was it. And then another 2 months went by, and they did the same thing. And I was like, I'm bearing the weight of this relationship. I'm carrying it. They could go weeks without talking to me, but I feel like I can't go 2 days without talking to them. I was like, I gotta change my expectation. I gotta set the boundary for myself. If they don't, it's not making somebody miss you. And it's not even manipulation. Somebody told me that's manipulation. I said, no, it's just telling. It's really just understanding where people are. Like, it's okay that they don't want to talk to me every day, but it's not okay for me thinking that, or being in the position of where I got to carry that responsibility. I don't care if it's a spouse, a family member, none of that. Friends, I don't care who it is. It's like, I have to reevaluate how I'm showing up for people, and I have to accept the way that I'm doing it and be okay with it for the next person. Because, like, I'm not scared. I'm not wounded. I still let people in. I still am friends with folks, and I still try my best to show up for people within my means. But I put God first. I ask him if I should do it, because I don't want to get in his way of whatever he's doing in that person's life. And then on the other half, it's more like I allow other people in, because the ones that I may have may not be capable or skilled to carry me in a way where I feel like a burden. And it's like, you know how we do. We make excuses like, oh no, they got a lot going on, and I don't want to, I don't want to add to their plate. No, just let them show it for you the best way that they know how, and then that be it. And once that's it, guess what? You move on. That person may surprise you. And I'll say the last thing, and I'm gonna let y'all go today. This was a long one, wasn't it? This one is probably the hardest thing to do. Is just recognizing that you're not the solution. Yeah, you may have a solution. Yeah, you may have the best route. You may know all these things, and you may have experience and the wisdom and the so-ons and the so-ons and the so-ons. But the truth of the matter is that only God knows what's best for these people. God knows what's best for them. You have to keep pushing them and encourage them to talk to the Lord. Encourage them to seek His face. Encourage them to really just see what He would want from them. That's it. Like, I listen to people. I've gotten so much better with it. I wish somebody could tell y'all, but I've gotten so much better with it. Like, they'll tell me like their situation or whatever, and normally I would give them like my 2 cents, and I tell them, I'm like, man, you just need to leave that person, and you don't need them in your life, and they got this and da 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 blah blah blah. And if you just did this, I give them a whole plan from A to Z, 1 to 10, and then give you steps in between. Like I would do everything, and then that person didn't want to do none of it, and then I get mad because I spread all this good knowledge and wisdom of experience that I have, and they don't want none of that. And it's more like, now I go, okay. I said, well, what did God say about it? I've been praying. Well, what did He say? Did you hear something that you needed to hear, or something that you didn't want to hear? I just don't understand why I can't just do both. I said, okay, so you know what He said. So walk it out. Whatever that is. Yeah, it might be painful. Yeah, it might be scary. Yeah, it might be another situation. Yeah, you may feel like, well, if I could just do this, or if I could fix this person, or if I could, let's be honest, you're not the Lord. So the best thing to do is just walk it out with Him. Some of it is not an immediate change. I know that's another thing. It's not an immediate change, but if you do what God has told you to do, it will work out. I am proof of that. My mind is sound because He told me, take these steps. And I took those steps to getting my mind better. So I encourage you. Stop carrying the weight of others. Stop carrying the weight of your situation. Stop carrying the weight of things in the hope that somebody will show up for you like that without communicating what you need. That is my prayer for you. That is my encouragement for you today. And let's seal it. Let's seal it with a prayer. Father God, we just say thank you for this moment. Thank you for allowing us to be convicted of being the strong friend, God. There's been times in our lives where we have stepped into places where you should have been, and forgive us. Forgive us for stepping in the way of you showing someone your glory, showing them that you are powerful and that you can fix all things. God, for the things that we are burdened with, the things that we are responsible for, God, give us the grace to uphold it and allow ourselves to find peace and joy and relaxation and comfort in these moments. Because some of us are caring for a loved one. Some of us are caring for a parent, a child, a sibling, or even just the elderly or the young. We're caring for someone and we want to be in a place. So surround us with people who will help us care for them. That they can be trusted, that they can be someone that we can rely on. We can take that break. We can enjoy that space of peace and rest, and we can just enjoy life and not be consumed with someone else's situation. Allow us to surrender that person over to you, mind, body, and spirit, because we know that you know what's best for them, just like you know what's best for us. And because I know I'm proof, Lord, that if I do it, I pray that the person listening right now does it as well. God, continue to lead and guide us. Continue to give us the words to communicate what you would have us to say to each other. Teach us to talk to each other again, Lord. Not just through text, not just through social media blasts, not just through facial expressions, but really talk to each other about our needs, our wants, our desires, so that we can teach someone how to love us. And the ones that don't want to show up for us, reveal them to us, Lord, so that we're not constantly casting our pearls in front of swine. We're not sowing seeds into dry ground. And give us the boldness to do the right thing for us, which is to leave those people alone. If they're greedy, let them be greedy, but they don't have to eat off of my plate, God. So we surrender them as well. And to the ones that are not as strong, give them the courage to honor and adorn the ones that are strong in their life. Let them be able to love on them and encourage them, and be able to be strong as well, so that they can show up for their friend, their loved one, their family member. We pray this. We pray that the desire to be the fixer dies today. No longer will we bear the weight of so many people, because we know that, God, you hold the world in your hands, and we know that you can do anything. You are everywhere, all the time. Being omnipresent means that you can help us with anything at any moment. And we trust your process. We trust your process. Even when it's scary, even when I don't know what to do, even when I feel like I'm doing it by myself, Lord, I know you're with us. I know you're going to keep us, and I know you're going to guide us. Let the weight fall off. Let it continue to fall off. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. You guys, I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. If you are still listening in, we are talking about strong friends all month long for the month of July. And this is just sneak peek of my book, No Longer the Strongest Friend. I am so excited. It will drop in August. And y'all, I believe that this is for this season and time, like, especially with everything that is going on in the world. There's so much pain that is happening, if I'm honest. Like, there's so much pain happening in the world, and I just want y'all to be encouraged and not taking on things that is not for you to take on, so that you can be your best self. Like, it's hard, if you're like me, it's hard to be used by God when my mind is clouded with all the things that are on my plate. And the moment I started stripping certain things off of it, I was like, oh, this is what I could manage. This is what I have the strength for. This is what I can do. Like, if you ask my friends, I say it all the time, I'll be like, I don't have it. I don't have the capacity to deal with that. It's like, I don't have it. It's like, you want me to do what? I know right now I don't have it. And it's like, you can be mad at me, you can feel some kind of way about it, but it is my 100% truth, and I stand 10 toes down on it. So I encourage you, take some of that weight off. Yep. And you'll see, watch. I bet once you start doing that, I bet you're going to get some better sleep. I bet your blood pressure is going to start going down. I bet that your diabetes will fix. I bet that all those immune deficiency diseases that are out there that impact your everyday walk of life, I bet you'll be starting to become cured of it. It's so amazing how stress impacts the body. It's amazing how bearing the weight and carrying this load of other things impacts your physical body. So I can't wait. I can't wait to hear your testimonies of, like, you know, Alicia, I did this and I'm starting to get good sleep again. I'm starting to do this, or I changed my job so that I could just work enough to enjoy my day. And then I wasn't working 24/7. Yep. I can't wait. Of course, we still have Deliver Her Conference coming up. I'm so excited. I've done a couple more things for it. I'm just gearing up for the promotional portion of it. You guys, please help me get the word out if you're listening. It is in Middle Georgia, 1831 Macon Road in Perry, Georgia. Deliver Her Conference. The lineup is amazing. Everybody on here is just a blessing, if you want me to be honest. Like, these ladies are coming in to just pour their hearts out and to minister. Like, they are coming to encourage, to empower. And I did not forget about my online crowd for my fans that are in other countries, I am putting together something exclusive for you. You may not be able to watch it live as I planned on, because some of y'all are in a different country, and I mean, you may want to watch at like 3 a.m. in the morning, but I would not encourage you to do so. But I am setting it up to where it can be live streamed. We did get some funding for it. If you want to donate to it, you can either go to our GoFundMe, or you can go to the link that is in this description, and there is a donate button. You can click it and donate whatever you want to help us. The goal is $3,000, and right now we've made $500. So thank you so much for these donations. I'm so grateful that I have my Wild Preachers Kid family and you guys, and y'all just blessing me over and over again. So of course, if you don't follow me on our social medias, make sure you follow at PK Gone Wild. I'm on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Lemon8 as well. I don't know if it's somewhere else. And there's just so many things, so many ideas that I have. I can tell you this now. I'm in the works for a clothing line, just to go along with the book and to go along with what I'm doing as a Wild Preacher's Kid. It just will help. Now that is my personal project, of course. It just helps me push the envelope for what I'm doing. The next step, as I said, y'all will start to see my face, and that goal is really just so that I can, I can be a little more personal. I know you guys love the sound of my voice, and I'm so thankful for that. But I want you to see my face, and it's just the next step. This is, and like I told somebody else, I was like, this is my yes for the year. I told God I would be consistent in doing this podcast, and I have been. And I think what He wanted to see is how committed I was going to be before opening up these next doors for me to do other things. So thank you for touching and agreeing with me. Thank you for standing in my yes with me and holding my arms up, because when I see that y'all are listening, that lets me know that I'm on the right track. So as I like to say, keep going and keep being wild for God. I will see you guys next week, Sunday, 7 a.m. And of course, share this with your strong friend. Don't be greedy. Share it with them so that they feel encouraged as well. Thank you, and see you soon.